what's exciting is a guy that we recently brought on board. He wasn't a photographer. He picked up his iPhone a year ago. He's now become the best mobile-only photographer in the world. He literally is now traveling around the world with his iPhone shooting content. 2 years ago, he was working in a Starbucks.
Season 2, Leaders Create Leaders. We're in New York City, in Brooklyn. You may recognize we're at Dumbo. I'm excited because episode 1 is with my homie, Jeremy Jauncey, and his brother, Tom Jauncey. They're the co-founders of a business called Beautiful Destinations. It may sound familiar if you're ever on Instagram, because these guys have 13 million followers, the largest social community for travel and lifestyle in the world.
Hi, I'm Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Tom.
And we're the founders of Beautiful Destinations. We are the largest travel and lifestyle community on social media today. So Instagram, Facebook and Snapchat, over 12 million people around the world in 180 different countries follow the content that we post on a daily basis. We work with amazing tourism boards, hotels, travel brands, helping them to create content and tell their story on social media. The whole thinking was celebrate the beauty of the world through the lens of real people as they travel. So back then we had friends of ours that were all over the world. So actors, musicians, poets, people shooting cool photographs who back then were just capturing their passion, sending it to us. We'd post it and we'd build this community of people that were really celebrating and enjoying travel. And fast forward now, these guys and girls are influencers. They're building businesses and they're creating entrepreneurial stories out of Instagram and out of social media, but we started it as a passion project that became a business.
These guys are living the dream, but what's awesome about it is that they don't just do it for the likes, they're not doing it for the pictures, they've turned it into a real viable business. They're literally traveling the world and making money, working with some of the top brands worldwide, as well as tourism boards, cities, and what they're doing is they're becoming pioneers in this cultural shift that we're seeing in traditional advertising, which is no longer magazines or television, it's all social first.
If you look at traditional media, they have their verticalized strategies, so they've got their play in fashion and beauty and travel. So what we thought about when we created the accounts was how can we tell that narrative around all of travel? So as Jeremy mentioned, the places, the hotels, the properties, the lifestyle, the fashion. So that's kind of what's encompassed in the whole Beautiful Destinations brand. So it's definitely been an interesting way of taking traditional onto the sort of new school of social.
And honestly, these guys truly do have like the coolest job in the world. I mean, every time I look, every day, they're all over the world. Some days they're waking up in Egypt, other days they're working on other exotic islands, some days they're in like the most hidden spots in some of the biggest major cities like New York, and they're working with huge tourism boards, huge cities, some of the top brands in the world, and teaching them how to be social first. They're literally the pioneers in a new cultural shift in the traditional advertising method, because it's no longer about just having a billboard or old PR methods about getting a magazine. It literally is about being social first.
And now the thinking is if you're just putting one good shot up a month, then you're lost in that conversation.
Yeah.
It's every day, it's every hour you need to be putting up good content. Yeah. Because we've never been in a world where brands need so much content. So you've got your platforms of Facebook, your Instagrams, your Snapchat, but what we're seeing is brands are putting the same message on the same platform. So, and then traditionally actually taking what was shot for a brochure, for a magazine, and putting that onto social. And the thing is, it just doesn't work. It was never shot intended for the mobile form factor. It was never specifically for a social audience. So we're coming in and saying, you need so much more content to tell that story, and it needs to be shot professionally, it needs to be shot well to really tell that full narrative. So that's where the opportunity is for us.
We spent the last kind of 2 years just working with these amazing content creators all over the world, and we started to find people who were shooting amazing content but building their own amazing audiences. And so we brought them in and we hired them, and we said, guys, come work for us, be full-time employees of the business. We'll give you equity in the company, we'll pay you, we'll send you around the world, we will have you guys shoot the campaigns of our clients, and that's how it kind of runs. So in any one time we're shooting all over the world, groups of so we split our teams into basically what we call multidisciplinary content teams. So in any one moment you've got a team that'll be shooting DSLR camera shots for social, smartphone only shots for social, drone, and so Tom is actually one of the few people in the world that has a commercial drone pilot's license, so he can actually go and shoot. So him and his team can go and get amazing professional grade drone content, which is then complemented with more kind of traditional video stuff as well.
Imagine this. You land in Dubai. It's 11 p.m. and you get driven not towards the city, but in the complete opposite direction, out into the desert. Fast forward a few hours, camera's ready, you walk out into the wilderness. Like a fireball on the horizon, the sun begins to rise and you start to appreciate where you are. A small oasis in the heart of the desert, where not a single car or skyscraper is in sight, just you and one of the wildest landscapes in the world. That's just part of the job.
What's exciting is a guy that we recently brought on board. He wasn't a photographer, he picked up his iPhone a year ago. He's now become the best mobile-only photographer in the world. He literally is now traveling around the world with his iPhone, shooting content. 2 years ago, he was working in Starbucks. He wasn't doing anything exciting, and now he's become one of the world's biggest content creators.
I'd say the most important thing to think about when you start your entrepreneurial journey is obviously to find something that you're passionate about. Everybody talks about that, but find something that you're passionate about that you can make money from. A lot of people focus on how they build a user base or how they build an audience without necessarily thinking about creating enough value that someone will pay you for it. I think the most important thing early on is to find a value proposition that people will actually pay for, and then build your business around that.
So I hope you guys learned a ton from Jeremy and Tom in this episode. You know, honestly, they're living the entrepreneur dream. But if you guys are interested in more of their tactics and tools, I got a chance to really spend some more time with them. If you're interested in that, make sure you join our community. I'll put a link here. I also am running a program called Social Currency on how I've been able to leverage content from my own brand, which has been a game changer for me. And I've also learned from a lot of these other big influencers like Tom and Jeremy. So if you're interested, make sure to click the link, join our community, and also please like, share, comment on our videos. Show Digital Jeff and our whole team, show us some love that you love these episodes so we can stay inspired. Any ideas you guys have, share them. Just be a part of the community, that's all we ask. And I'm excited. Until episode 2, guys, it's your boy GA. Peace from New York.
Ain't shit changed but the chain and a watch. We gon' make it rain, switch lanes in the drop. One red, one